Long time no see. So, FM26 sucks. This game is really bad, and I have a lot of reasons why it's bad, and I can't play it. So, FM26 sucks. It's so bad. There are so many reasons that it's almost unplayable, and I'm gonna let you know my reasons for why this game sucks. And probably it's your reasons why it sucks as well. So it's not just my reasons, but these are really huge things that make this game unplayable. This might not really be an issue with FM26, but it was like the last drop for me. Because I've actually played the next 8 games that you see here. I saved them, there's an automatic save. I even had them stored in cloud on Steam. Yet, we are back here. Why? I don't know. Because it doesn't work. Something doesn't work. So maybe it is my bad because I didn't make like backup saves or anything, but I didn't expect for the cloud to not work. And even so, I didn't expect to lose 2 months from the save. They were a really good 2 months. Yes, we lost to Juventus, but we did beat Red Star. And I can actually say we even beat Girona, and we won the 3 games in December, the 3 league games. So it's not like, oh my God, those ones were bad and I want to get rid of them and play again. Maybe I'll win. We were really good. We were in the top 16 at the moment in the Champions League. So in our first Champions League season, why would I want to delete that part? Why would I want to play it again? Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I lost 2 months and I have to play them again. And it's been a while, like more than a month, but I don't really want to play it, but I will have to. It sucks. This might not be FM, this might be some connection issues or something, but let's get on with the problems that this game does have. First, I want to mention 2 problems that were at the beginning of the game, but I think we no longer have those problems. So, first was the injured players. I couldn't see what player is injured. I couldn't see for how long. I couldn't see if I can play that player. Because why? It was just bugged. You couldn't see. You had to start the game, and when you press start, it says that you had an injured player. You couldn't find that out. You had to enter the page for every single player to see which one is injured. Yes, you might track them via the messages, but at some point, if a player is injured for like 2 months, so you might think that those 2 months are up and you want to play that player. Or you completely forgot that that player was injured after 2 months and you want to play the game. Yeah, you can't. Because guess what? He's still injured for like maybe one day, but you can't see it because he no longer has that red flag, that red mention that is injured next to the player's name. So, yeah, that was really, really bad, especially because we had a lot of injuries here in Budapest Honved. So it was really annoying. And also, it was the same for unavailable players. If you loan the player out or is in international duty, you couldn't see that. So you wanted to start a game, but you couldn't because there is an unavailable player. And again, you could not see who is that player. You couldn't. So those were 2 big problems, annoying problems, but luckily those problems were fixed. Those are 2 things that really, really annoyed me. But let's talk about the problems that are still in this game. And maybe some of you will think that those are not big problems, those are just preferences. And you might be right, but those preferences make the game better. And especially because those things existed in FM24. So they ruined the game. But let's see what are those things. First, we can't see where a team played, home or away. And I'm gonna show this right here. So I'm talking about this part where we see the league table. Maybe I want to see if Debrecen lost those 3 games at home or away. Well, I see that they lost 3 games, but where? At home. away. And you might think this is not really a useful information, but I beg to differ. That's really a useful information because if you see that a team plays really bad away from home or at home, you might change your tactic. You might change the players that you want to use. It's really important, even in real life. If you see, for example, I know Real Madrid plays really good at home, but really bad away, you might go and attack at home in your home when they are playing away, and you might defend a little bit better, or you might add an extra defender, or depends what your game plan is. But those are important things. Those are really important things. And guess what? We have that in FM24. We no longer have it in FM26. And I say that we no longer have it because at some point in the game, we had that information. It was removed. I don't know why. And I don't know why they decided to remove it. The next thing that is really annoying is that we can't filter here in the schedule. In FM24, we have a button, a filter button, that will allow you to filter the schedule based on the competition. So if I only want to see the Champions League games, I can do that here. I have to scroll and check every single game. And for example, when the game announces the games that you'll have to play in the Champions League. By the way, another problem, you no longer see the draw. So that's another huge problem, something huge that I really miss. I love to see that in FM24 and not just for the Champions League, for every other competition, cup competitions, and so on. But now, if I qualify in the Champions League, like we did here by beating Dynamo Kiev, Qarabag, and Midtjylland, then we get to the Champions League. I have to scroll down every time just to see who I'm gonna play. And this is annoying when I can just filter it and have it. Again, cup games. Where are the cup games? I can, okay, there's one, there's the second. I don't know how to find it faster. So we need that filter button. Again, something that is bugging me off. It might not bug off other people, but it bugs me off. Another really huge problem in this game is that you can't close tabs. So if I'm in a game, sometimes I might open a tab, for example, a player tab. So let's take Shimon Chepregi as an example. If I'm in a game and I open his page, I have somewhere around on the right an X button that will close the window, but it doesn't. It doesn't. So I can press it 50 times. I can press anything else. I can't close the tab. And it's really annoying. And this doesn't happen just in the game. It happens everywhere. Sometimes I'm checking a player. I want to go back to the portal, but it doesn't work. I can press anything and I will still be in this window. Why? Why does an X button work sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't? Why sometimes I can change what I want to see, but then when I want to change to club, to career, to portal, I can't change the window. Can't close it, can't change it. Why? And the fix to that issue is close the game, open it, and for 5 minutes everything will work and then it starts again. How can Sports Interactive keep this in the game? I don't know why they took away or report a bug button. That would have been so useful right now. Or maybe not, because guess what? Here's another problem. We don't really have updates. We had them at the beginning for like, I don't know, a month, maybe 2 months. And after that, we got an update every 2 months. And the latest update was just the latest two, I think, were just international update for the World Cup, but not no bug fixes, really nothing. So what can we do? If we want to play the game, but the game is not allowing us to play it, what can we do? Exactly, nothing, because we don't even have a report the bug button. We have to do it somewhere else. And guess what? They will do absolutely nothing to fix the issues. Another problem in the game, these are actually two problems. While playing a game, if you score the goal or the opponent scored a goal, there will be replays that are 1 hour long. I scored the goal in the 75th minute, and guess what? The replay starts at minute 50, and I have to slowly watch it until it's over. And guess what? I cannot press the skip button because the replay will start again. So the game forces you to watch a stupid replay for like an hour. And it's not over because when you get to see the goal, finally you get to see the goal and continue to play the game, guess what? The replay will start all over again. And you spend another hour just to watch the replay again. And you might say, okay, close the game, open it again. But what if it's an important game? What if I play as Budapest versus Real Madrid in the Champions League final and I can finally beat them? Oh, yeah, I will wait that hour. Maybe not here watching it, but I will wait. And this game is so annoying because of that. Also, this is somehow combined, but instead of watching the replay, watch the play. No, I get to watch the goalkeeper chilling. So instead of watching the goal or an offside decision or a penalty decision, depends on what the game wants to show me. No, I will watch the goalkeeper chilling. Why? Because somebody has to watch the goalkeeper chilling. I don't understand why it sucks so much. And also, random crashes. This is a problem that started with the release and somehow it's still alive. Why? I don't know. Also, if you remember, I mentioned the part where you can't close tabs. Well, sometimes if you want to close a tab, you have to press something else, especially while you are in game. I pressed on a player, on an opposition player. I want to see who's that player. Why did he score 3 goals in 5 minutes? So I open his page. I see, okay, he's a good player. I want to close the tab. Guess what? I can't. But if I press on another tab, for example, it usually works if I press the season stats tab, then I can close with this X button and the game continues. Why? Why can't I press the X button when I open the guy's page, but it works when I open the season stats? Why? I don't know. This game is so annoying. Also, sometimes you can't really find what you want or what you need in 1 or 2 clicks, like we did in FM24. Now, if I want to see, for example, how many managers that team had, just as an example, what do I need to do? Well, I need to press club, if I remember correctly. Then club site. Then I think about club again. Now I need to find where club info, club profile. Well, it's not club profile. Ah, no. Is it here? I know. Let me check maybe with a different team that's not the one that we play. Vashash. Let's check. So, about club. Club profile. No. But I now know where to see the league history, which again, it's like 5 clicks away. Club info. Club background. Teams. Where are the managers? Stats. No. Facts. No. Club history, maybe here. Oh, yes, here. Well, I spent like 3 minutes just to find this. When in FM24 I press on 2 things and I have this information. Again, it might not be annoying for some people, but those who love the game find this shit really annoying. Yeah. Also, like I mentioned, lack of updates. The game was released with early access in October. I don't know exactly the date, 20 something. It was shit. The game was shit at that time. With the full release, yeah, full, you know what you mean, I mean by full, on the 4th of November. Again, it was still shit. Now we are in the month of August, it's still shit. The game is still shit. Almost unplayable. Literally unplayable sometimes because it will not allow you to play the game or press anything. It's shit. So, for those who did not buy this game, you did a good thing. Keep playing 24. Keep playing FM24 because FM26 is not worth it. And guess what? I think that FM27 is not going to be worth it at all. And I strongly believe that it's not gonna be released. I think FM26 will be another FM24 that you will have to play for 2 years. And I hope it's not true. Because I don't think the game FM27 will be ready. And I just don't think. I know that FM27 will not be ready. Because they don't even update the FM26. So how will they know if it works for FM27? I think they're just gonna keep this game and update it until they reach a complete game, which might take some years. Yeah, I've been talking for around 20 minutes, I think, and I came to the conclusion that this game sucks. This game sucks.